All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a hard look at a pretty fascinating and honestly kind of uncomfortable reality about how the professional world actually operates. We're going to explore why raw talent and hard work, which are obviously super important, just aren't always enough to guarantee you'll succeed. Come on, we've all seen it, right? Someone clearly less skilled somehow gets the promotion, or someone pitching a totally average idea absolutely commands the room. Why does that happen? Well, it's because in the whole economy of human interaction, confidence is literally a currency all its own. So we're going to unpack the mechanics of this directly from our source material. We'll figure out why perception so often beats pure talent, and way more importantly, how you can use this to stop hiding and start thriving.
Section 1. The unfair reality. The capable doubter versus the confident underdog.
Okay, picture this classic scenario. Two people are walking into the exact same room for a huge meeting or an interview. First up, we've got the capable doubter. Now, this person is highly skilled, incredibly smart, and works super hard, but they constantly second-guess themselves. They speak quietly, they apologize for literally everything, and they just end up hiding how good they really are. On the other side, we have the confident underdog. Objectively speaking, this person knows less. They have fewer technical skills, they make way more mistakes, but, and this is a massive but, they walk in confidently, they speak with absolute certainty, and they totally believe in themselves.
So, looking at those two, here's a slightly uncomfortable question for you. Who do you think people actually notice first in that room? Who's getting the prime opportunities handed to them? Who naturally just becomes the leader? And who earns trust right out of the gate? The scary and frankly frustrating reality is that most of the time the confident person wins. They win even when the highly competent person sitting quietly in the corner absolutely deserves it more. It feels incredibly unfair, doesn't it? But to really get why this happens, we have to look under the hood at human psychology.
Moving on to Section 2, Why Perception Beats Reality and the Psychology of Social Proof.
This quote from our source material really hits the nail on the head. Perception often beats reality. I know, it's one of those unfair truths about life, but we've got to face it. The world just doesn't always have the time or, frankly, the tools to perfectly reward the most capable person. Instead, it systematically rewards the person who looks the most capable, and that is a subtle but massive difference.
Let's break down the actual psychology here. Why does confidence win so consistently? Well, first off, confidence is basically social proof. When you project self-assurance, you're subconsciously telling everyone around you, hey, I know what I'm doing. Second, it signals certainty. And here is a wild fact about human wiring. We are naturally drawn to certainty, sometimes even when that certainty is completely wrong. We love it because it reduces our own mental workload. People usually don't have the time to deeply analyze your hidden potential, right? They just judge what they can see right in front of them, which is exactly why those confident first impressions are so incredibly powerful.
And this leads to something that frustrates a lot of really smart people. A lot of highly skilled professionals just assume their work will, speak for itself. But here is the cold, hard truth. If nobody notices your work cannot create opportunities for you. Real life is messy. That quiet genius sitting in the corner could be doing absolutely revolutionary things, but without communication and presence, that genius is practically invisible. You have got to be the megaphone for your own capabilities.
Section 3. Confidence is not arrogance. Let's define the difference.
Let's quickly clear up what we're trying to avoid here. Arrogance is pretending to be better than everyone else. It's a comparison game, usually coming from a place of deep insecurity. It's about stepping on others to elevate yourself, never admitting when you're wrong, and just faking a superiority that isn't real. We all know that guy at the office, right? Nobody wants to be that person. And the good news is, you absolutely don't have to be.
Now contrast that with true confidence. Confidence is simply believing you are capable of learning, improving, and handling whatever challenges come your way. This is absolutely crucial to understand. True confidence is not about knowing every single thing perfectly right this second. It's just having the courage to trust that you'll figure it out as you go. That's a huge, honestly relieving distinction. You don't have to fake being perfect, you just have to trust your ability to learn.
Section 4. The cost of hiding, the price of waiting for perfection.
This right here is the biggest trap talented people fall into. They wait and wait and wait until they feel 100% completely ready before they do anything. Confident people, they have a massive bias toward action. They just jump in first, totally trusting they'll figure the rest out later. Because the talented person is waiting for this magical feeling of perfect readiness, which, let's be real, almost never actually arrives. They just stay paralyzed.
And here's why taking action is the whole ballgame. It kicks off what we call the momentum compound. Because the confident person jumps in first, they start getting real-world experience immediately.
And while they're doing that, they're naturally building a network and making connections. All of this creates this totally unstoppable momentum. It compounds into real, undeniable success. Meanwhile, the capable doubter is still back at the starting line waiting to feel ready, and the underdog is already halfway down the track, learning by doing.
Which brings us to a really tough but necessary reality check from the text. The world cannot reward what it cannot see. You might be sitting on some world-class ideas right now. You might have life-changing goals. But if fear is keeping you quiet, that silence is literally costing you opportunities you don't even know exist yet. Remember, hidden talent will almost always lose out to average ability that has confident visibility.
Section 5. How to build confidence and choosing action over fear.
Okay, so here is the absolute best news of this entire explainer. Confidence is a skill. It is not a fixed personality trait. You weren't just born with a set amount of confidence that you're stuck with for life. It's a muscle. It can be built, trained, and strengthened by taking deliberate action. If you feel like you're lacking confidence today, it doesn't mean you're doomed to be the capable doubter forever. It just means it's time to hit the psychological gym.
So how exactly do we train that muscle? It's all about tiny, daily micro-choices. Every single time you dodge discomfort, like stand quiet in a meeting when you have an idea, or talking yourself out of sending that ambitious email, your fear actually levels up. It gets validated. But every time you choose to do something even slightly uncomfortable, your confidence gets the power up. It's entirely cumulative. Over time, these tiny little choices add up and send you down two completely different life paths.
I really want to highlight this quote because it completely nails the mindset shift we're talking about. Your future doesn't need a perfect version of you, it needs a brave version of you. The big takeaway today isn't that you need to suddenly morph into the loudest, most boastful person in the room. Not at all. The lesson is just stop hiding. Drop the whole illusion of being perfect and just embrace being a little bit braver.
So, let's wrap this explainer up with a final question for you to think about. Are you going to keep waiting around for perfection, just sitting on your talents while less capable people pass you by? Or are you going to embrace a little discomfort, build up that confidence muscle, and finally start showing the world what you can actually do? I promise you, the best opportunities are waiting right there on the other side of your comfort zone. If this perspective shifted things for you, go take that first brave step today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this deep dive, and I will see you in the next one.